Okay, so we are going to learn about the first topic of Kafka, which is actually called topic. So, what is a topic? The topic in Kafka is going to be the base of everything. It is basically representing a particular stream of data. So you may ask me what it is. Well, in the bottom, here's a Kafka topic, and currently we don't know what it's made of, but here is some information. It's basically similar to a table in a database, if you know about databases, such as MySQL or Postgres. So there is a table and has a name the same way the topic do have a name. And you can have as many tables as you want in a database, so you can have as many topics as you want in Kafka. A topic, as I said, is going to be identified by its name. So it's going to be the main thing. So we'll see how to name topics later on. Right now, just know that there's no constraint. You can name a topic whatever you want, but usually you name it by the stream of data. Now, the topics, this is where Kafka is specific. They're split in two partitions. And partitions is something concrete. So for this one topic in the bottom, we can have three partitions. And these three partitions have numbers, and these numbers start at 0 and go all the way to whatever. So in this case, we have three partitions, 0, 1, and 2. Each partition is going to be ordered, and within each message, within each partition, we'll get an incremental ID called offsets. So some people have questions sometimes, and they ask me, do I have to specify how many partitions I need when I create a topic? Yes, you do need to say my topic, when I create it, it's going to have 6 partitions. You can change this later on, but when you create a topic, you have to say how many partitions you want. So now if we start getting messages into this topic, and we'll see how, the first message to partition 0 is going to have the offset 0, because it's the first one. The next one offset 1, the next one offset 2, etc., etc. So you can see it as all the messages going to partition 0 have an incremental ID called offsets, and it's infinite, it's unbounded. And the same way for partition 1, you're going to have incremental IDs or offsets from 0 all the way to 8. And from partition 2, we're going to also have incremental IDs or offsets, which is going to be going from 0 to 10. So as you can see, partition 0, partition 1, and partition 2 in my example, they're not going to have the same number of messages, okay? It's independent. And you can also see that the offset 0 does not mean anything on its own. It needs to be Kafka topic, blah, 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 partition 0, offset 0 for it to make sense, okay? So we'll get see this. This is just an introduction, but you'll get more familiar with it as we go along. So here's an example, because a lot of students ask me, hey, can you just tell me what a topic looks like? So this is a very concrete example. We are a trucking company, and we have many, many trucks. And each truck has a GPS in it. And basically, we want each truck to report the GPS position to some way to Kafka. And so basically, in Kafka, so Kafka is in the middle, we're going to have a topic. And the topic for the name, I'm going to name it trucks_GPS. So you can name it whatever you want. I name it trucks_GPS because it indicates what the stream, the topic will have. So this topic, trucks GPS, contains the position of all the trucks. And so each truck, basically through some mechanism, will send the data to Kafka every 20 seconds, for example. It's arbitrary. And each message, so this is what goes into a partition, what is the message? Each message will contain the truck ID and also the truck position, latitude and longitude. So the information here we have is that we have each truck sending messages of their own position to Kafka to the same truck's GPS topic. So as you can see, all my trucks, my 10,000 trucks, they are going to send their data to the same topic, okay? You don't have one topic per truck. You have a topic which is a stream of data of all your trucks. And that's a very common pattern in Kafka. Now, we choose to create the topic with 10 partitions, and again, that's arbitrary, but you have to choose the number of partitions at creation time of the topic. Now, why do I want to have this stream in Kafka? Well, maybe because, as we've seen before, you want to have consumers of your data. So maybe you want to have a location dashboard for your employees so that they can look at the trucking data. Or maybe you want to have a notification service. For example, when a truck is running out of fuel or a truck has been driving for too long and it seems like the operator should take a break, or whatever you want. And you can have as many consumers as you want. We have a big description of producers and consumers later on. So right now, just a high level overview to describe what a topic is. Now, a few gotchas. This is again my topic. And so what can we learn from it? The offset, as I said, they have a meaning only for a specific partition. So partition 1 offset 2 is going to be a completely different message and a different meaning than partition 2 offset 2. So offsets, they only have meaning for a partition. And order is going to be guaranteed only within the partition. So for example, you can guarantee that offset 8 in my partition 0 right here has been written after offset 7, which has been written after offset 6. But across partitions, you see the 6 and the 6 here, I cannot tell, and it's impossible in Kafka, to tell which message has been written first unless you read them both, okay? But per partition, there's only an order per partition, not across partitions. The data in Kafka, it is kept only for a limited amount of time. So this data, this offsets right here, they're going to be deleted at some point. And by default, it's 1 week. So after 1 week, the data is gone. But the offsets, they keep on incrementing, okay? They never go back to 0. Once the data is written to a partition as well, it can't be changed. It's called immutability. So once I write offset 6 in partition 1, I can never update it or just swap it or whatever. It can't be changed. It's 6 forever, and this is what the data will hold. If you want to write a new message, you write it at the end of the partition. And we'll see this when we go to producers, but right now just know a rule, which is data will be sent randomly to partition 0, 1, or 2 if you don't provide a key. And we'll see this later on, okay? So this is it for a very high-level overview of topics, partition, and offsets. Get familiar with the semantics because we will be using these words all the time. And it will all make sense in the practice after the theory section. So hold on with your questions and get to the practice before asking so many questions, okay? So see you in the next lecture.